Can you tell us a little bit about what that one's about and what readers can expect from the sequel?
Sure. In book two, Reliance is tracking down a political assassin, and
Ooh.
he's the assassin has killed the leader of a one of the leaders of a planet, and there's a lot of blaming of who hired the assassin and who's behind it, and a lot of finger pointing, and so they're kind of on what could be the brink of a galactic war, and so she's having to track him down and kind of bring him to justice.
Now I'm curious for that. That sounds like an amazing plot. I'm just curious, like, how did that like plot come to you? Like, was it something that you kind of saw, or maybe some threads from book one? I'm just kind of curious how you kind of came up with that. That's really cool.
There's definitely some threads from book one. As
Mhm.
we in book one, we find I don't want to give too many spoilers away, but
No, I know. Sorry. Yeah.
as we're investigating Jarrett's murder, we find that it's not just a burglary, right? Like there's a bigger story behind why he was killed. And as we start, I also love conspiracy theories like so much. And so as we start to pull on some of those threads and see kind of the bigger picture of who was behind it and what was going on, that leads into some of the bigger war plans.
Super cool. I love where you're taking some of these things that I love from yeah, like just like whether it's mystery or spy thriller or those kind of things, and then applying it into a science fiction, genre and setting. So I think that's really cool. I'm just curious, like, are there ways where like, because I know like as new, like we have a lot of new authors on here that I talk to quite a bit, and they'll watch an interview, then they'll ask like these types of questions. So, because I can hear a couple of them already asking me in my mind. But are there things that you're reading or watching, maybe on the news or something like that, or maybe you're kind of, I know I do that for like TikTok. If there's a really cool, I teach history, so there's like a really cool, like little historical mystery. I'm like, oh. That would be really cool. I had somebody on TikTok say, "What if the reason that the Aztecs were sacrificing so many people was because they were ran by vampires?" And I was like, I have to write about that now. So I added that to my world building. And I just kind of keep like a little digital notebook on cool things that I may be able to insert into world building or stories. Are there anything like that you do like that kind of help you to, bring these types of situations into your books or your writing at all?
Probably not as much in terms of like the overall plot of the story. Like I don't really some authors are like, oh, I take this story and this scientific fact and I put them together, and and then that's the thing. But I do that a lot for the technology that I use and for the world building. So a couple of examples for that. I have something called a cuff that everybody wears, which is on your forearm. It wraps around it. It's a neural impulse cuff. And in my story, it reads the electrical impulses that travel down to your hand, and it's reading it in your arm. And it is then essentially like you can move your hand to trigger commands. And then it's like your phone, right? Like it's your phone, it's your internet access. It does a bunch of things, but it's controlled by these neural impulses. And that's based on a product that I saw for PowerPoint. It may be used for other things, but I saw it in a PowerPoint demonstration where you can wear it, and it actually measures the muscles in your hand, the muscle movements.
Mm.
And so you can like next screen, and you just wave your
Oh,
hand, and then it's attached to your computer, and your PowerPoint will then switch to the next screen, or you can close your program or do some other simple commands with it. And so I thought, oh, well, wouldn't that be cool? But like, how could we amp that up a little bit?